Good morning, my billionaire friends. I hope you're comfortable. Welcome back to my channel, Pips and Profits. And as usual, today being the weekend, we're going to be running you through the top-down analysis of what happened in major currencies. We're going to be looking at the dollar index. We're going to be looking at GBPUSD, and we're going to be looking at some fundamental analysis that we'll be expecting coming into the new week. Right, so we're going to be looking at the outlook of the previous week and what we expect to see in the new week. All right, so without much being said, we'll move right straight to the charts. All right, so let's start with the dollar index, which is the base currency for all dollar denominated currencies. Okay, now looking at the monthly of the dollar index is giving us an insight into what we're seeing already in the market. Okay, so like I said in previous weeks, the dollar index is on an uptrend. All right, looking at it from the monthly, it only retraced into about 50%, going below 50%, giving us a discount in price. Okay, so the discount in price was below 1,102.000, right? 102.000 was the equilibrium price for the dollar index during the uptrend, and anything below that is a discount, of which price gave us a discount, trading into this fair value gap in the previous month, trading into this fair value gap right here in the previous month. Okay, so price haven't traded into this fair value gap. Now we are seeing it giving us some reactions to the upside. Okay, so the dollar index looks to be resuming its bullish structure that it has done in the previous month, or let's say in the previous year. The previous year. So the bullish structure of the previous year is what we're seeing, that dollar index is likely going to resume. So there's a good news for the dollar. The dollar will be going back up this week. This month or into next month from what we're seeing here already. Okay, so this may be a resumption of the uptrend on the dollar index. Okay, now over to the weekly of the dollar index. Now looking at the weekly of the dollar index, we're seeing that price is looking like it is taking liquidity residing on the left hand side. Now look at this liquidity residing right here. Okay, the liquidity residing right here, price looks to have taken it out. Okay, after price took out the liquidity residing, they will call it external liquidity, the double bottom, right? Double bottom or relatively triple bottom. All right, so price is taking it out, and we're looking at taking opposite liquidity, because that's how price move from one liquidity point to another liquidity point. Okay, so price is taking out this liquidity here. The next thing that price will be looking out to take is the liquidity residing right here, which price has already taken out. Another liquidity point will be right here. Okay, and then another one will be right here, and going on and on and on all the way to the top. Okay, so price is taking out liquidity residing on the downside, looking at taking out liquidity residing on the upside. Okay, so by that we can see that this long time Fibonacci retracement tool is going to be taken out. Alright, so if you've been following the series of these videos, you will see why we had that Fibonacci retracement tool all the way there. It was guiding us to know where the dollar is headed. Now that dollar has cleared this tool, it has cleared the 100% region and going up above. Now we can say that the dollar, this Fibonacci retracement tool is now invalid. Okay, so we'll be looking for a new retracement, maybe possibly a retracement a little down. All right, because price has taken liquidity after an expansion. We see this sharp expansion to the upside, we expect a retracement. Okay, so we may be looking at some retracements around this level. Okay, maybe looking at some retracement around 50% level, or 61.8 level, because there's a fair value gap on 61.8 level. All right, so I'm gonna quickly highlight this, all right, for reference purposes in the future. So when price is coming back down, I will know where I'm expecting to see price retrace into. Okay, So these are the levels that we like to see price retrace to. But going into next week, we may see further expansion to the upside. We are not so sure of that yet because we are not in next week already. We are still in this week. So going into next week, we hope to see what's going to happen. If this Fibonacci tool is going to hold, if it's not going to hold, we're going to take it off our chart. Okay. Alright, so that's for the weekly. This is what we expect to see in the weekly. Now going over to the daily. The daily has been showing us some buy strength recently. Right, we've been seeing buy structures recently. We've not seen any sign of a sell structure on the daily, so that validates what we have on the weekly and on the monthly. So looking at the daily, we may see further expansions, except a retracement to the downside and then a continuation. Okay, so we may be seeing further expansion. So with that being said, the dollar is looking strongly bullish from our analysis. Right, so we may even check the hourly time frame and see clearly that the dollar is bullish. Look at the structure here. The structure has been to the upside. Right, the structure has been clearly to the upside for the dollar index. Okay, so you can see this. All right, this is just for your viewing pleasure. Now you can see how that the dollar has been clearly on the upside for the dollar index. Okay, so that being said, our conclusion for this is that last week going into next week, from this week going into next week, the dollar is looking bullish. All right, for most of last week we saw it continuing its bullish momentum. All right, so it's last week that broke out of that Fibonacci retracement tool. All right, it broke out of that range for the sell, and now it's giving us a buy signal. Okay, so we'll be looking for further confirmation on GBPUSD on the dollar index to continue the buy trend. All right, so you know where the buy trend is originating from. It's originating from the monthly, and I see another lower time frames reflecting that as well. Okay, now over to GBPUSD, we're going to be looking at the monthly time frame. And like I usually say, if you want me to analyze any other currency of your choice or any other currency pair of your choice, feel free to let me know in the comment section or email me, and I will be sure to do some analysis on that. But for now, since I currently trade GBPUSD, I'm going to be analyzing just that until we get some other information, and then we can analyze other currencies. All right, so over to GBPUSD. Looking at it clearly, it's on a sell trend on the monthly time frame. It had retraced into premium price levels, and we've seen some level of rejection around the 61.8 level, and GBPUSD may be on its way downwards. Okay, so GBPUSD may be on its way or going all the way down. You can see this strong rejection last month, and this month we're seeing some little form of push to the downside. No, not an expansion to the downside, not clearly an expansion, but some form of push, showing the sign of continuing this rejection from pushing further up. So on GBPUSD, we can see clearly that on the monthly we're on the downtrend. So no surprise if we see GBPUSD continuing a downward move on lower time frames. Okay, so let's go straight into the weekly. The weekly has shown us this rejection, but then there has not been any breakout of the last buy trend. Unlike the dollar, the GBPUSD on the weekly has not given us a breakout of the last buy trend. So the buy structure on GBPUSD is still in place. Going into next week, we want to see price break below this line here, this line right here. We want to see price break below it, and then confirm that we are now on a sell trend. Okay, so remember, structure is king. Regardless of what indicator or whatever price action we see, structure is still king, right? So we want to see price break this low here before we confirm GBPUSD is bearish. All right, unlike the dollar, that we've confirmed that the dollar is bullish, we want to see the GBPUSD break here, and we'll confirm that it is bearish. Okay, so that being said, GBPUSD on the weekly is still looking bullish. We want to see further confirmation before we go ahead with our sentiment on GBPUSD. Okay, so for GBPUSD, I'm going to be keeping my hands tied for the most of next week until I see clear structure before I make a decision. Okay, so we're going to also do a video maybe on Tuesday or Wednesday. Yeah, on Wednesday most likely, to show you what you're seeing on the GBPUSD to see if it's already bearish or it's continuing its bullish momentum. So we're going to do a recap or a midweek video going into next week, somewhere around Wednesday next week. we're going to do a video. So stay tuned to this channel. Make sure you're subscribed. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to this channel so that you get notified when you click on the notification bell. Whenever we release a new video like this, you get notified and you'll be able to take advantage of the videos on time. Okay, right, so back to the chart. So GBPUSD is looking bullish on the monthly time frame. We want to see take out this low before we confirm a bearish momentum on GBPUSD. Now looking at the daily is a bit messy on GBPUSD. Price has been hovering around this range. Okay, all our points of interest has been taken out. The one right here, price has traded into it. The one below here, price traded into it. Now all our points of interest have been exhausted. Price is ranging around these 2 points of interest for the past few days, for the past couple of days. Look at this, guys. Price has just been ranging up and down around this place. So what I would likely want to see for the past week, this is what price has done. What I want to see going into the next week is price breaking beyond any of this range. Okay, so let me take this rectangle downward a little so that we're clear on what we want to see price do. Okay, so I want to see price break out of this range going into next week. All right, so I'm going to extend this. I'm going to extend this as well. So seeing price break out of this range, you'll be able to confirm. Now look at the line in the sand for GBPUSD right here. Price has not been able to take it out just yet. Okay, so price has not taken this out just yet. So this swing, this buy swing is still active until we see price take it out right here. Besides, there are liquidity lying below here. This is relatively equal lows, and then this overall external liquidity right here. So there are some liquidity points. So I may be looking, I may be tempted to sell GBPUSD all the way down here. Looking at the monthly time frame, I may be tempted to sell GBPUSD all the way down here. Okay, but if price stubbornly refuses to go below here and keeps giving us buy structure, then I may be jumping in on the buy all the way here. Remember in the previous videos, we told you some point of interest we had for the buy going upwards, so you may be expecting to see GBPUSD go all the way upwards to take out those points of interest. Okay, so that is for the daily. This is what we expect to see in GBPUSD going into next week: a breakout of this range, clearing liquidity and continuing the downtrend, or a breakout of the range to the upside and taking out liquidity to the upside. So these are the two things I expect. If you look at the hourly time frame, look at how messy GBPUSD has been. So there's no much data here apart from concluding that GBPUSD is in a range. So going into next week, I want to see a breakout and a continuation. So that will be all, guys. If you've not subscribed to this channel, please do well to subscribe to this channel, and stay in tune whenever we release a new video. Okay, so with that being said, we can just quickly look at the forex calendar for next week. We want to see what we're expecting into this next week that we're coming into. Okay, so for next week, there are no major news releases. This is for the Chinese loan prime rate. For the euro, we have the flash PMIs for Germany, France, and for GBPUSD on Wednesday 9:30, we have the flash PMI. And that same day by 2:45 GMT plus 1, all time share in GMT plus 1, we're expecting flash manufacturing PMI for the dollar. So on those days, we may see high volatility in the market. And finally, on Thursday and Friday, we may be seeing on Thursday rather, we're seeing unemployment claims for the dollar, and on Friday, we're going to be seeing some news for the dollar as well. We're going to be seeing FOMC members, the Fed chair and other FOMC members are going to be giving speeches. So we may see some level of volatility in the market going into next week. Alright, so overall next week we just want to see smooth movement in price, breakouts, and a continuation of trend. Alright, so with that being said, my name is CJ, and remember to subscribe to this channel if you haven't. I wish you good luck and good trading. May the pips be in our profit going into next week. Cheers and God bless, guys. I hope to see you going into midweek next week. Cheers, guys.